What's going on, family? What's going on, y'all? Let me post this and pin it. Yes, we are back in the building. Happy Thursday, guys, and welcome to another session of hashtag TBTT, Tax Boss Talk Thursdays. We're each and every Thursday right here on IG at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're talking all things tax business related, okay? So, welcome everyone who is coming in. Before I get started, I am Tatiani Favors. I am a tax business coach, and what that means is I am a business coach for tax professionals, those entrepreneurs who want to start a tax business, build a tax business, or grow a profitable tax business. I teach you how to do just that, okay? And each and every Thursday, like I said, we meet right here on IG Live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so I can give you this tax business game. So today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be debunking some of the biggest tax business myths, okay? Debunking some of the biggest tax business myths. Hey everyone coming in. Hey everyone, can y'all hear me okay? I know y'all can see me. Let me make sure my volume is up so y'all can hear me. Hey everyone. We are debunking some myths today, okay? And there's way more than 3 within the taxation industry. Trust and believe me, there's way more than 3. However, these 3 tend to keep people from starting a tax business or getting into the taxation industry. And I don't think that's fair, okay? I don't want y'all to have any barriers to tell you what you cannot do, because you already probably tell yourself that you can't do this and you can't do that. And I want to eliminate as many excuses as possible from you saying, you know what, I can't do this, I can't do that. So let's go ahead and get started with the top 3 tax business myths, okay? If you know anyone who wants to start a tax business or who wants to eventually grow their tax business, go ahead and tag them into this live. Don't save this information just for you. Okay, go ahead and tag your friends, but we are going to go ahead and hop right into today's topic. Myth number 1. Okay, this ring light got my eyes looking a different color. Anyway, myth number 1 is you need a degree to have a tax business, okay? You need a degree to have a tax business. That is incorrect. You do not need any type of college degree, associates, bachelor's, master's, PhD. I'm not even sure you need a high school diploma, but you definitely do not need a degree to have a tax business, okay? Now, in order to become a legal tax preparer in the eyes of the Internal Revenue Service, you have to be 18 plus, okay? You have to be 18 years of age or older, and you have to have what's called a PTIN. PTIN stands for Preparer's Tax Identification Number. This number identifies each individual tax preparer, okay? If you want to be compensated for tax prep services, you have to have your PTIN, all right? That is a requirement that the IRS has put out. That is definitely a requirement that the IRS has put out for you to become a legal tax preparer. Now, depending on what state you're in, each state has different requirements. Other states may mimic the Internal Revenue Service, just like here in Georgia. It's almost like a free-for-all. And I'm not going to say it's a free-for-all, but the more professional way of saying that is the state of Georgia mimics the Internal Revenue Service when it comes to the requirements of you being a legal tax preparer, which means you just need to be 18 plus and you need to have your PTIN. But if you live in California, for example, there's an exam that you have to pay in order for you to become a tax professional, or a tax preparer rather. Okay. And so that still doesn't require any type of secondary school, college, or degree. You just have to pass an exam. And so just like if you wanted to be in a real estate industry, there's an exam that you have to pass. In California, there's an exam that you have to pass to become a tax preparer. Okay. So you don't need a degree Okay. And depending on what state you're in, heavily depends on what you need. Okay. What you need in order to actually become a tax professional or a tax preparer. Okay. The second, so that's the first thing. The first thing is that you have to have a degree. People think you have to have a degree to start a tax business. I'm telling you right now, you do not. Okay. The second myth that I'm going to debunk today is that you must prepare taxes in order to have a tax business. That you have to prepare taxes in order to in order to own a tax business, and that's false as well. That's another thing. A lot of people say, well, I don't know how to do taxes. I don't have any past experience. How am I going to start a tax business? Okay. Well, guess what? You yourself don't have to know how to, or you don't have to be the one to prepare the taxes in your tax business. How? First of all, you can approach a tax business like a boss from the very beginning. Okay, from the very beginning. Let me give you an example. Okay, let me give you an example. If me today, Tatiani, right now wants a luxury auto body shop. Okay, let's say I want a luxury auto body shop. You know, cars are real big here in Atlanta. Like, I know it'll go because people like their cars to be souped up and luxury and all of that. Y'all think that I'm going to be working on some cars with these nails and all of that? No, I'm getting into this business because I know it's profitable and I can make some money off of this business. But how I'm going to approach it is I'm going to be thinking, who can I get to manage this business? Who can I get that knows something about cars, who knows something about the luxury car industry? I might know a little bit, but I'm not going to be the one actually working on the cars. But that doesn't mean that I can't own this luxury auto body shop. You get what I'm saying? Same thing can happen in the taxation industry. There is money to be made in the taxation industry, okay? But that doesn't mean that you personally have to be the one to prepare the taxes and turn over the services. You can approach the tax business just like the example I just gave with the luxury auto body shop. You can say, you know what? I know there's a lot of money in the tax business and I want to own one, but I can put someone else through tax prep school. I can hire people. Okay. I can get someone to manage this. I'm just going to invest. I'm going to learn enough so I can oversee my operation. But you personally don't have to prepare the taxes within your tax business. That's why I always say you don't have to have prior experience. Okay. And you don't have to personally prepare taxes in your tax business in order to own and run a profitable tax business. Like I said, you can approach it as a boss from the very beginning without having to be the worker within your business. That's one thing that a lot of entrepreneurs actually kind of mess up on. We tend to start businesses in which we know how to do the service, but it's kind of a catch-22 because it keeps us stuck working in our business versus working on our business. If we know how to provide the service, then there's always time in between we figure out we need a team, because we can't successfully grow our business while we're working in our business on the daily task and being muddled down with the actual work, the actual day-to-day work. Y'all hear me? And so you don't have to prepare taxes in your business. What can you do? You can hire people. You can outsource. You can hire people. You can even hire one. And when I say people, you don't have to have a team of 10 people and all. No. Okay. You can hire one other tax preparer. Okay. You can be the investor in your tax business, meaning, okay, I'm going to put someone else through this training, or find someone who knows how to prepare taxes already and either partner with them or come up with some other type of partnership or some other type of agreement. Okay, but you can hire people. All right. Another thing is, like I said, you learn enough. Like, I'm not saying going into any business venture blind. Like, don't think I'm saying that, but you know enough so you can oversee your operations, but you yourself don't have to prepare the taxes. And that tends to trip people up too, because it's like, oh, I don't want to learn. And then you find yourself half learning how to prepare taxes. And taxes is a big thing. Like, even though everyone is getting into the taxation business, even those who really probably shouldn't, that's why I do what I do, to try to, lead you all down a more legal and profitable and knowledgeable path. However, you can just, you just know enough. Just know enough in order to see everything through, in order to not be, to remain in compliance, in order to be able to grow your business and function as the CEO of your company. Okay. So that is a huge myth that I just debunked. Okay. So that was the second one. The third one, moving on to the third myth that I'm going to debunk. And this one, I just made a reel about it the other day. It sends chills up my spine, but it's that you can start a tax business in 30 days or less. Okay. You can start a tax business in 30 days or less. That is an entire myth. Okay. That is an entire myth. You hear these tax gurus out here saying you can start a tax business in 30 days or less. No, you can't. Okay, you can get maybe started, but if you hear you can start a tax business in 30 days or less and make 6 figures or even 5 figures, that's a stretch, guys. That is a stretch, and let me tell you why. Because if in the event that you do decide to prepare taxes, you have to learn how to prepare a tax return. Okay. You have to, or even if you decide to hire someone, you have to find someone to hire them, to vet them, to all of that. You have to get professional tax software, not TurboTax, because TurboTax is not a professional tax software. Okay, so you have to get a professional tax software. You have to learn how to navigate that software, okay, and train your team if you have a team or an individual that you're working with. And you still have to worry about all of the other aspects, all of the other business aspects outside of tax preparation, okay? Owning a tax business is way more than simply tax preparation, guys. And that is one of the biggest things. Owning a tax business is much more than simply tax preparation. You must consider other business aspects if you desire to have a profitable tax business. Okay. What other business aspects am I talking about? I'm talking about marketing. I'm talking about pricing your services. I'm talking about customer support. I'm talking about building a team. I'm talking about making a plan, creating what your tax business is about, how you're going to position yourself, what's going to make you different from everyone else who has a tax business. All of those things matter when you are building something that is legacy leaving, something that is long lasting. Okay. What I do is I help you build a business built on a strong foundation so you can grow it, so you can leave it to your kids or whoever, and something that you can rely on tax season after tax season with recurring clients, not one and done clients, not your in and out, not hot and cold, not any of that. Because with any business, and I feel like this mainly happens in the taxation industry, that people just slide in and out of this industry like it's not a business. Like people tend to treat your tax business like a tax hobby or a tax side hustle. Okay. All of the Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies did not take 30 days to create and make. No way, Jose. Okay. They took so much. Amazon was not realized in 30 days. Walmart was not realized in 30 days. Okay. And if you think that you can really start a business to get your business structure together, to get an EFIN alone is an 8-week process if everything goes right. If everything goes right. Okay. And since COVID and since the Internal Revenue Service is understaffed and underfunded, and I see your questions, I'm going to get to them in 1 second. Then that time has extended to maybe 90 days or maybe 120 days in order for you to even get your EFIN, electronic filing identification number. That's something that allows you to directly e-file tax returns to the IRS. You don't have to have a middleman or anything. It allows your tax firm to be 100% independent, which is exactly what you want, to be 100% independent. Okay. So again, 30 days or less, that whole situation, if y'all hear that, that is a myth. You cannot. Now, can you finish a training and get professional tax software and post on your IG page or social media page a couple times and tell people that you have a tax business within 30 days? Yeah, you can, but that's not going to equate into 6 figures during the tax season, because in order for anything to be 6 figures, it takes planning, it takes time, it takes implementation, it takes execution, it takes belief. And that's just the real. And that's what we do inside of my academy, Tax Boss Academy, where no matter if you are an aspiring tax professional or you have been in the game for 20 years plus, like I have, okay? Well, I've been in 17, so but that's what we do. You either go back, if you're already an existing tax professional, we go back and figure out what your gaps are so you can start filling in those gaps so you can see results. And then if you're starting from the beginning, we start you all the way from the beginning and take you on a journey so you can start effectively and build a strong foundation for your tax business. So when it's time for you to significantly grow and scale, it's real easy to scale your business if it's built correctly. Okay. And that's what we focus on in the Tax Boss Academy, really taking you from A to Z, not A to B, not A to S, A to Z. So you can see 6 figures during the tax season and not only see what your financial goals are, but be profitable. Because a lot of people think just because you make 5 or 6 figures means that you have 5 or 6 figures to spend. No, it's all about profitability. Okay. So it doesn't matter how much money you make. How much money are you actually taking home? How much money did you actually profit? Okay, after everything is said and done, after all of your expenses are paid, how much did you actually profit? That is the important part of it all. And that is what I focus on. And that's what I specialize in. So if you want to join Tax Boss Academy or learn more about it, definitely click the link in my bio. If this is YouTube, click the link in the description box. And I'm going to get to these questions. Let me recap these 3 myths I just debunked real quick, and then I'm going to get to these questions. The first myth that I debunked is you need a degree in order to have a tax business. That is false. You do not need any type of degree in order to have a tax business. At most, you have to pass a test, and that is in certain states. Okay? But you do not need a degree or formal education in order to become a tax preparer. The second myth I debunked is you must actually prepare taxes yourself in order to have a tax business. Wrong. You personally don't have to be the one to prepare the taxes in your tax business for it to be successful or profitable. Okay. And then the third myth I debunked is you can start a tax business in 30 days or less. It's just, that's just not how I do business. That's not business. That is the shortcut way around it. I don't like to cut corners, because time you cut corners, you always end back to where that corner you cut, it always comes back to you. And it's just not an effective way to start or build a long-lasting legacy leaving business. Okay, so those are the 3 myths. Are there more? Yeah, but we'll be here all day. So let me get to these questions. What are some programs you recommend? What type of programs? When you say what type of programs do I recommend? Programs as far as what? Let me see about your next question. Is it a bad thing to have my tax and credit business together? No. No, taxes and credit go together like peanut butter and jelly, okay? Taxes and credit go together like peanut butter and jelly, because your credit clients will become your tax clients, and your tax clients will become your credit clients, because they already have a sense of trust with you. So it's easy to convert one to the other. Now, what you don't want to do, what you don't want to do is, when you're marketing, you don't want to market both at the same time. So if you say you're posting on Instagram and you're posting about taxes, don't then start talking about getting your credit done, okay? Or vice versa. Like, if you're talking about taxes in a certain post, keep it taxes. If you're talking about credit in a certain post, keep it credit, because what you don't want to do is confuse your audience. But also, what's the name of your business? Is it like ABC Tax and Credit Services, or is it more of a tax name and you just offer credit services as well? So let me know which way. I know a little bit about taxes. I took an academy, but want to know more about it since I'm new. Okay, you're talking about tax preparation. Okay, tax preparation. Well, I have within the Tax Boss Academy. If you get the bundle or the build phase, we have a tax preparation training that will teach you. It's online, and it teaches you how to prepare a tax return. The Tax Boss Academy, though, is more so about how to start and build an actual tax business. But with a certain level of package, it comes with tax preparation training as well. Also, if you want other training, like tax preparation training programs, then there are plenty out. Everyone has a tax preparation training now. But one that I would say, if you don't go with mine, just go to the irs.gov website. And there's a list of people, they have a training. So you can go to irs.gov website and see who are the lists that they provide. Those are always some good options and guaranteed options for you. So let me see. I know there's a lag, so I don't want to miss any of your questions. But I will say, during tax season and leading up to tax season, like, if you know you have a tax and credit business, then outline which quarters you're going to pump which service. So, of course, during tax season, January through April, you should be all about taxes. But within your clientele, you can tell them, okay, yeah, I have, you should get your credit done too. You can be marketing that way internally. But as far as externally, quarter 4 and quarter 1, those are prime time marketing seasons for taxes. I will focus on taxes. And then in the off seasons, like quarter 2 and quarter 3, like now through the end of September, I would definitely go hard with the marketing the credit. Okay, so if you look at your year like that and break it into quarters and break it into, okay, when is the most opportune time to pump credit, and then, or pump, and by pump, I mean marketing, market credit or market your tax business. Like, look at your year like that and look at those quarters like that. And then when your clients, because of course, when your clients get their refunds, now they have money. Now it's like, hey, by the way, you need to get your credit repaired. Okay. Then boom, they could just go ahead and break you off some of that refund, so you can then go ahead and prepare, or not prepare, but start to repair their tax return. Goodness gracious, repair their credit. But you do that internally with the clients you already have, because you market it so well for the tax business. Then you can just market to your clients, your existing clientele. Oh, next year will be my first. I'm excited. Oh, girl, you need to click my bio link, get all of my freebies. First of all, you need to get all of my freebies, because it will help you And you need to DM me because it sounds like you need to be in a Tax Boss Academy. I have a free training coming up later on this month too. So definitely, if you're not following me, go ahead and continue to follow me so you can know when that free training is. But you need to DM me or definitely click the link in my bio and download all of my freebies. I think it's about 2 or 3 freebies in my bio link now that will help you, especially the how to start a tax business checklist or cheat sheet rather. Okay, so definitely download that and then just start marking those up. I also have monthly to-do lists that you should be doing each month. So by the time December gets here, all you're doing is crossing your T's and dotting your I's as it comes to your tax business. Download that one too. And then just start executing. It's all about execution. Okay. I have a lot of, I love new tax professionals. Like, oh my gosh, can you tell? I'm like telling you to get all my free stuff because I'm happy you're excited because next season will be epic for you, but you have to do the work and the work starts now. The work doesn't start in Q4, especially if you're new, because no one knows, especially if this is a new business for you and no one knows about your tax business, then you need to start marketing now. You need to start making a splash now. You need to start testing things now and see if things stick. You need to start planning now. So those monthly to-do lists, definitely that, because each month I drop a to-do list. It starts in March. So far I have March through June out, and that's a freebie. You can download and get access to all of those. And then I always have a video explaining the task. But each month I drop a list between 3 and 5 tasks for you all to do, especially new tax professionals. So, because I know life happens. So instead of giving you everything you need to do at once, I break it up each month in digestible bite-sized pieces so you can have time to implement and actually do it, to think about it. Because some of this stuff you have to let sit. Some of this stuff you have to pray on. You have to let it marinate. You have to make some decisions on. And it takes a little bit of time. Like when you're creating your marketing plan, how are you going to get clients? You know, if you just think you're going to post once or twice or whatnot and you're going to get clients without a plan, posting is not a plan. So how are you going to get clients? How are you going to price your tax returns? How are you going to treat your clients once you have them? You know, what systems are you going to have in place? What's the procedure? What's the client journey from the time they get exposed to you till when you actually file their tax return? What are these things for you? These are things that you have to think about and plan and then go ahead and execute. Who's your target market? Who are you talking to? You get what I'm saying? Who are you talking to? Yes, everyone has to file a tax return, but does that mean that you market to everyone? As a small business, no, not really. So what type of clientele do you want? Do you want more business people? Do you want creative people like hairstylists and makeup artists? Do you want the low income community, the EIC community, the, people who make a certain level? Do you want to specialize in what is it? Okay, those things there you have to really think about so you can then create a plan so you can then execute. And now is the time to start trying things out. So when Q4 gets here, you will know exactly what your audience responds to so you can be marketing right along with the big dogs. I have a notes full of marketing ideas. I'm going to go over them. Okay. Yeah. So yes, have your marketing ideas. But what I would say is to try them. Okay. To try them. To just don't just have a book of ideas and don't try them or wait till October, November, December to try them. Please don't, because you'll get ran over. I'm not even playing with you, because between my mentees and my students and the people in Tax Boss Academy, they figuring all of that out now. Okay. So by the time Q4 gets here, you get what I'm saying? They know what works. So they out here. They are out here. Okay, so run the play. I would say run the play. Now is the time where you need to throw things at the wall and see what sticks. And if it doesn't stick, leave it alone. If it does stick, great. And that's the thing about being a business owner. You have to actually do something in order to know if it actually works or not, because everything is not going to work, and that's okay. But it's even better if you know it's not going to work before you need to know it's not going to work. You get what I'm saying? I have to start working on that. I'm glad I tuned in. For sure. Binge watch. I have a lot of free content out here. Okay. Like if you are willing to do the work and you don't have any money to really invest in any of my things, which that'd probably be your best bet for real, but you can DM me and we can set up a call and I can really see exactly where you are and I can tell you what your next steps need to be. But download my freebies, girl, like for real, because and actually do them. Like I don't want you to just be downloading them, just like do them, complete them, because it'll give you a better idea, especially with the to-do list. I have lives like this saved to where I'm actually explaining the to-do list and how and expounding on the task and why they're important for you to do. Okay. Like I don't just create these, we don't create these freebies just so you can just, have them and it's collecting digital dust. I just made that up. Digital dust. But I want you to complete them, because if you actually complete them, it will help you as you start to build your tax business and think about how you're going to set yourself apart from everyone else and all of that. Okay. Are they on this page? Yeah. Go to my bio link. Go to my bio link, and I have quite a few freebies up there. But the two mainly is the how to start a tax business cheat sheet and the monthly to-do list. Okay. If you want to join Tax Boss Academy, fill out that application process. If you have any additional questions, feel free to DM me. People DM me all the time with questions. Okay. All the time with questions. Look at my videos, binge watch my information. I have a lot of free information on my page on how to start, build, and grow profitable tax businesses, because that's what I do. I'm a business coach for tax professionals. So I've been in this industry for 17 years. I failed miserably for like 2 years, and when I was starting my tax business, and I figured it out on my own. And I started to tell other people what I did to figure out how to grow my tax business, and it worked for them. And that just snowballed into 17 years later, where I teach other people how to start, build, and grow their businesses. And now I have an entire community where we meet Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time privately, for the more advanced group, Wednesdays at 8 for the beginners. Okay. And it's a community of tax professionals who get together, and it's group coaching. So that's what I have going on. I am very dedicated to this. I know exactly where you are. I know you're like new, Shaman. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Please let me know. Okay. But Shaman, I know exactly where you are, because I remember when I was new and it was a mixture of excitement and anxiety. It's like you don't know what you don't know. And that's okay. But I would heavily encourage you to seek some type of guidance, some type of help, because yes, you can figure it out by yourself. And yes, I am a component that figuring things out gives you character, develops character. But I also am a strong component of it shouldn't take y'all as long as it took me to see financial success in this industry. Because when I started over a decade ago, I didn't have a me. Okay. I did not have a me to teach me the game, and not only in tax preparation, but in business. Okay. In business. So definitely y'all can even go to my website, www.mindyourtaxbusiness.com. That's www.mindyourtaxbusiness.com. That's the name of my company. You can learn more about me on my website, learn about what I have going on. You can DM me with any of your questions. And before we get up out of here, I have any additional questions from either one of y'all before I leave here today? Yes, girl. Well, ask your questions. Definitely ask your questions. I do this live every Thursday, except for once a month out to Thursday, because I typically have a private free training, but that's on Zoom. You have to register for, I think this month. I think it's going to be on the 30th. So I think it's 2 weeks from today. I'll have that. Do you have any suggestions on pricing? Girl, I have a whole lesson on pricing in my course. It just depends. That is, it depends on where you are. Okay, if you're in a rural area, if you're in a city area, if you're in Kentucky versus if you're in California, you want to be comparable and competitive at the same time. But then it also depends on your level of experience and the experience that your client is having. What's so different about what you're doing than what other people are doing? So it really depends on a few factors, and then it depends on the type of how you want to price. Like so I can't just say a number, but I will say to have a base number. So no matter if you decide to price by the form or price by the complexity of the tax return, meaning like a basic tax return, a more robust tax return, or if you decide to price based on a tiered system, that's a preference. I personally prefer the per form method. However, I would say have a base. And what I mean by base, I mean if someone comes to you with one W-2, okay, with one W-2, and that's it. They don't have no kids, no nothing. Like one W-2, what is the minimum amounts of money someone will pay you for tax prep services? Okay, have that base. Have a base. A lot of people don't have a base. And don't make your base 60 or nothing. I don't care where you at. Our base is $275, I believe. But that may be a little steep for some people. That's just, where I believe that's what it is. I have to ask my assistant, because I barely do taxes anymore. That's what I'm saying. Like this tax season, I can count on one hand. Cause I do like my mom's, my dad's, you know what I'm saying? Like I barely do taxes anymore, because that's how I've elevated and been able to elevate in my business and evolve in my business. And so that can be true for you as well. You get what I'm saying? So I think our base is $275, and that's just it. And so that gets rid of a certain clientele, and that is appealing for another clientele. So it just also, A, it depends on the clientele you want, and B, it depends on where you are, your experience, and your expenses, because we are a business. So if you have a lot of overhead expenses, if you have a physical location versus a virtual location, I think those prices should be comparable, but we have to see what we need to price in order to have a profit. Now, I'm not saying to charge $1,500 for a basic tax, for a basic 1040. However, you want to be profitable in your business. You don't want to price so low that you're getting crumbs and it's not worth it. Okay. Make sure I got all of these questions. Okay. I hope I answered your question. Okay. Yep. And so within the Tax Boss Academy, you will get access to a course that has all of this in it. So within Tax Boss Academy, it's split up into 3 phases, because there's 3 phases for you to have a profitable tax business. There's the start phase, the build phase, and the scale phase. And it's actually set up almost like school. So the start phase is like high school. It's set up as like a 30-day boot camp, and it's how to effectively start your tax business. So we do entity formations there, business bank accounts, planning, identifying your financial goals, your business plan, what your mission is, making sure you have all of the proper tax preparation credentials that you need, or tax professional credentials that you need, EFINs, EINs, and mental preparation, because I start everything with mental preparation, because I need your mind strong. I need your heart strong, because when you're going into something new outside of your comfort zone, doubt, all types of other things creep in, and I want to nip that in the bud early, because it is going to be a lot of information. But we have weekly sessions, so I always make myself available to my Tax Boss Academy members, to make sure that you're starting effectively, to make sure that we're talking strategy, and that I'm helping you out on your taxpreneurial journey. And the build phase, that's more of the funds phase or whatnot, we do is pricing, how to build a team, marketing. Okay, so in marketing is by far the longest module, because in my opinion, marketing is the most important aspect of your tax business. The most important part of your tax business. Why? Because you can be the best tax preparer in your state, but if you don't have any clients, no one's going to know that. You're not going to be preparing anyone's taxes. Okay? If you don't have any clients, you don't have a business. And how you get clients is by marketing. So we dig really deep into marketing, what marketing is, your target market, how to develop your marketing message, the different types of media platforms, because social media is not the only type of media. It's not the only type of marketing platform. And then we also get into branding, okay, what that is and all of that. We get into customer service, because that's huge. That customers, if everything else is the same between your business, your tax business, and my tax business, customer service is the differentiating factor. Why? Because that's going to determine if these people are going to return next tax season. Let me tell y'all, it is much cheaper to keep a client than to go out and get another client, to get a new client. Now, we want to do both, but we don't always want to be in the business of getting new clients. We want to keep our existing clients and get new clients. That's how you grow the entire business and grow your clientele. So how do we keep clients, and how do we keep clients coming back? It is customer service, okay? We also talk about remaining in compliance in the build phase, just everything you need to build that solid foundation for your tax business. And then, of course, scale phase will come out later on this year for the more advanced tax professional. But that's systems, automating your systems, creating SOPs for every aspect of your business. It's really easy to scale your business when you build it correctly, when you start it correctly, when you build it correctly. It is very easy to scale on a solid foundation when everything else is built up. What happens is people want to skip to the scale phase. They want to halfway start and then try to grow their tax business, and it doesn't happen because they did not take the time to really build it effectively. And that's typically what goes wrong with people when they try to significantly grow their business and they haven't really planted or created that strong foundation yet. I think I'm ending the beginning phase, but a refresher would be good. Definitely DM me, and I'll send you a link so you can read up on the Tax Boss Academy yourself, or go to my website, mindyourtaxbusiness.com, and look at what's in each, and look at what's in each phase. Okay, but definitely DM me. I can send you the link. It's not in my bio link, because you actually have to apply to get into the Tax Boss Academy. Because at this point in time of my career, even if you have the money, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get in, because I'm very protective over the community, and everyone in the community is like, everyone is ready to go. Everyone supports one another. It's like a bunch of great people. And And I just want to make sure that the people who are coming in, that I'm a good fit for you and you're a good fit for Tax Boss Academy. And so it's mutually beneficial. So I like to speak to everyone personally. That's one thing I like to do personally in my business before you actually come in. But if you DM me, I'll send you the link so you can read more about it. I will do that. I definitely will do that. So if you want the link to read, to learn more about it, you can go ahead and send me the link. If you're interested, you can go ahead and fill in the application, complete the application in my bio link, and then schedule some time on my calendar so we can actually have a conversation. So that's how that goes. So if you want to have a private conversation with me so I can really see exactly where you are on your taxpreneurial journey and help you at least with the next few steps, because I can't help but give game when I talk to people. That's why it's only 20 minutes, because if it was an hour, you'll have a whole situation, okay? But go ahead and do that so we can see what you need to do, because now is definitely the time where you need to figure out, what works, what doesn't work, so you can set yourself up for a successful tax season. Send me a link. I'm going to DM. Okay, yeah, DM me, because I can't, from here, I can't click on your name. And so DM me so I can send you the link for sure. So yeah, I'll send you the link, but just make sure you DM me so I can send you the link. So, okay, cool. Do y'all have any other questions before I get up out of here? Because I'm finna end this. But you can also ask your questions in the DM. And that'll be preferable too, because I can always send you an audio note. I am famous for sending an audio note, okay? Because texting and typing be too much. Okay, guys, so cool. Y'all watch the replay. If you did not see this from the beginning, definitely download my freebies and actually do them. They're going to help you. And I will see y'all next Thursday at this time for another session of Tax Boss Talk Thursdays. See you next Thursday. Peace.